Hey guys, DJ here. Today I'm honored to be speaking with Nate Pascua, aka Mr. GQ. He's been an inspiration to me and many others. He's a NPC physique competitor as well as a online fitness mentor. Nate, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
So first I want to start off by asking you, why is health and fitness so important to you, and why should others take their fitness seriously?
Well, health is wealth. Without your health, every other aspect of your life, the quality just goes down, So I believe everyone needs to have their health intact, otherwise they can't enjoy life.
That's true, that's true. So, totally. And what does your transformation look like over the years? I mean, yeah, I see your pictures, and you didn't used to always be super fit and healthy. What did that look like?
That's right. So I was just your average Joe. I wasn't skinny, I wasn't overweight, I just looked like a regular guy.
Yeah.
And so I was working out for a couple of years, and I realized that I didn't look like I work out. I was like, what happened?
That's the worst.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, you work out? What?
Yeah. And so, after putting all this time and working out, I realized, man, I need to make a change. I want to look like I work out. And so I was able to focus on my nutrition, and I got ridiculously shredded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys can see, we're going to put a picture up right here. Check out how shredded he is.
Yeah.
So what was the difference between those previous 3 years and those 3 months where it made all the change,
The difference was the focus into the nutrition. I was able to really focus on the goal and the end goal, which was to get shredded, and the nutrition was on point. I was able to really focus on writing down and keeping my nutrition consistent day in and day out, and that was the key. Being consistent with my nutrition. A lot of the times I would be really good with my food Monday through Friday. Friday evening to Sunday afternoon, I wouldn't care. I would eat whatever I wanted to eat. So
we got some Attack of the Flies over here.
So the difference was I cut out that crap. The Friday, the weekend binge, and I kept it clean, kept it consistent throughout the whole week.
So when you're tracking, you're writing everything on a piece of paper. Were you tracking your calories? Were you tracking your macros? What exactly?
You see, the thing is about that, I didn't know about calories. I didn't know about macronutrients back then. I just knew I needed to get clean, nutritious foods in my body.
Okay.
And I wrote it down every day, and I would make small adjustments. And I would think, okay, maybe I want to drop a little more weight. I'll cut out this, and I will cut out small variables every so often and see what made the change. And being consistent and being able to track that way, I was able to see results.
Nice. Yeah, because a lot of people want the magic formula. They want to say, like, how much do I eat of what? But I mean, in reality, like you said, you just got to make sure you're eating clean, and you go results oriented, or you change according to your results, right? If you want to lose a little more weight, you know what you're eating already, so you just take a little bit off.
Correct.
If you want to gain a little more weight, you just put a little bit more on, right?
That's right.
Simple. It's so simple, guys. It's all these complicated formulas out there and tracking, but really just do what you do and change according to your results.
Exactly.
Make sure you don't eat like crappy Burger King or nothing.
It's all about keeping it simple. I mean, a lot of the times people tend to overcomplicate things, and if you just take it one step at a time and focus on the goal, you'll get there. Yeah,
it's good. Guidelines.
Yeah, definitely.
So what about in terms of working out? What does your workout look like right now, your routine? And then we'll go a bit into like what your NPC training routine would look like. So for a normal day.
Currently I'm on a powerlifting hypertrophy split.
Okay.
Basically, the first half of my workouts I focus on powerlifting techniques. So I'm lifting between 1 and 6 reps.
Okay.
And I'm utilizing longer rest periods so that I can lift heavier weight. And then the second half of my workouts I focus more on a bodybuilding hypertrophy type training.
Okay, so you're focusing on 2 things at the same time. You're doing strength and hypertrophy at the same time. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. I believe muscle is directly correlated with strength, and so if your strength is up, you got muscle.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. I mean, some people will say you can build strength without getting muscle, but I mean, in reality, your body has to keep up with it. Right?
Correct. Yeah, and that's the only way you're going to be able to continue progressing, to continue blasting through those plateaus, is to get your strength up.
Cool. So, low range in the beginning of the workout, 1 to 6 reps. And then in the second half of the workout, how many reps? Or
8 to 12.
8 to 12 reps.
8 to 12,
reps.
utilizing minimal rest.
Okay. And what kind of split are you doing? Are you doing full body every day, or?
No, I'm doing a 1 to 2 body parts a day, and so I'll do a 3 days on, 1 day off cycle.
3 days on, 1 day off. Okay,
Yeah.
so 6 days a week.
6 days a week, yeah.
It's intense. That's what it takes.
That's right.
And so you're doing 3 days on, 1 day off, and then the same 3 days?
Yeah, and I'll just rotate.
And then rotate. Cool, cool. Sounds like The Rock.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was like, no, that's not even possible. How do you recover? How do you recover? I mean, if you're doing like the same workout twice in a week, can your body handle it?
Well, I believe since that I've been trained for so long, my body is used to it. So I wouldn't recommend that to a pure beginner.
Right.
Because
starting out.
Of course, the recovery it will be an issue. But I've been working out for a long time now, and that my body can handle it.
Cool. So you deadlift on Monday, you deadlift on Thursday. That's
correct, yeah, correct.
And then you deadlift again on Monday.
But I'm a very instinctual trainer, trainee. So if I feel tired, if I feel like I can't handle that day, I'll back off.
Cool. Cool. Nate's a badass, and he can do deadlifts twice in a week. But if you're just starting out, definitely take some time to recover. Maybe not work out the same exercise twice in a week. So on that note, for beginners and everything else, and everybody that's just trying to get started, what are the biggest challenges and frustrations that your clients go through when they're starting out and trying to put on muscle or burn fat and get that six-pack abs?
The biggest challenge, of course, is the nutrition aspect.
Yeah.
And I can say this about majority of people, majority of lifters, even myself. It is the nutrition. What you got to do is just be consistent with your nutrition. Make sure that you know what you're taking in, know how much you should be taking in, and just try to hit that every day.
Totally. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're just starting out and you want to get shredded, maybe take some time to not worry so much about how you're working out in the gym, but focus a lot on your nutrition and take that into account, because that's really where the biggest change is going to happen. All right. And now you advocate a lot of foam rolling, stretching. I see you doing yoga poses. What's that all about?
I'm a big advocate of mobility. When I started as a trainer, working at the corporate gyms, I had a lot of 40-year-old, 50-year-old clients, never lifted in their life, but they had mobility issues. They were in pain. They were always getting injured.
Yeah.
And that was a result of not stretching, improper posture, especially at work, hunched over, lower back pain. And that was one of my biggest griefs. I didn't like to see people in pain. I don't like to be in pain. Do you like to be in pain?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Yeah.
So definitely.
Except when I'm working out. I love the pain.
Exactly. When you're working out, you want to make sure that you're giving your all, that you can perform to your fullest ability.
Exactly.
But if you lack mobility, there will be a chance that you're going to get injured. And I don't want that. So that's why I preach foam rolling. I preach stretching, flexibility, yoga if you can, and just maintaining flexibility in your muscles.
Yeah. And how often?
Almost every day.
Every day?
Every day.
Before working out, after working out, or?
Watching
when you
TV,
wake
on your downtime, maybe about 10 minutes every day. If you can allocate 10 minutes every day to just foam rolling and stretching, you're going to be all right.
Cool. So foam roll every day. Not even just when you're working out, when you're watching TV, when you're chilling at home, maybe like if you're in the kitchen waiting for your food in the microwave or something, stretching out right there, all day long. Try to keep that mobility and flexibility so you don't have any pain. And you can get to, if you do this over time, you can get to elite levels like Nate over here. He's been competing in NPC physique competitions. Now, what is it like competing? I mean, is it a whole nother level? Do you have to take everything with a much more, calculated take on things, or is it just pushing harder? I mean, what is it like?
You're right. I mean, you need to have a little more calculated approach to it. The training is it's not so much different. I mean, I'm still training hard. I train hard all year long.
Yeah.
Yeah. My focus is there. But when I have the competition in mind, I have tunnel vision, Yeah. So everything I do is in the goal of, will it make me better for my competition? So as far as what's different, I guess, again, just be more focused, a lot more focused on making sure that I have the food with me. I have time to work out. I have enough rest. So it's just a 24/7 thing. I'm always thinking about it.
Yeah, how's your social life during that time?
So I took the old school approach, which was to avoid social gatherings. But I was able to still hang out with friends and family. I would just take my meals with me, my protein shakes. It's just a matter of adjusting and planning.
Yeah. And how long is the kind of like pre-contest training preparation period where you're in that tunnel vision zone?
Generally, it takes about 12 weeks.
Okay.
12 weeks of focus, 12 weeks to get your body fat from double digits to single digits.
Wow, okay. So you're already in shape, and you're going to take 3 more months to get to competition ready.
The thing is about getting shredded is that it's easier to get shredded from 15% to 10%. It's much more difficult to get from 10% to 5%.
Wow.
Yeah. So
and
you'll need that
5%
time.
is like competition level?
That is about competition level. I was actually 3.5%.
Wow.
Quite shredded for a physique competitor.
Yeah.
And that was wasn't my intention. I was just really focused. It just happened that way.
That's incredible. 3.5%.
Yeah.
What about competition day? Walk me through the day, or the night before, the day of. Do you do any pre-contest prep and like a kind of a carb load or anything like that, or?
So again, like I said, I took the old school bodybuilding approach. I was self-taught. I didn't have a team. I didn't have a coach. It was all on my own to do the protocols. So the night before, I barely got any sleep. I was nervous. I didn't know what to expect. The night before, I did carb load. I kept my water minimal, but I was just stuffing down rice cakes down my throat, trying to get enough rest the night before, but I didn't. And so the morning of, I got up around 5 a.m., prepped my meals, got it ready for the show, and basically headed out to the competition. And it's a lot of waiting. It really is. It starts at 8 a.m., but the class has about 500. The competition has about 500 people.
Wow.
And so you're spending the whole day waiting backstage.
Yeah.
And it's nerve-wracking because you don't know when you're going to be up. And to look good, to peak properly, it's all about timing.
Yeah.
And so when you get on stage, you want to look your best. So you need to time your nutrients properly before you get on stage. And at that point, you don't know when you're going to go on stage. So you're like, okay, do I eat my rice cakes now? Do I eat my candy now so that I can carb up?
Yeah.
And so you're just waiting backstage.
You say candy?
Candy.
You eat candy?
Candy backstage to help fill up your muscles.
Candy backstage. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Like Jolly Ranchers or?
Anything sugary. The fast-acting carbohydrates help fill your muscles up so that you look plump and full on stage.
Nice. Plump and shredded at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. And once you're on stage, what is that like? You know, you've practiced all your posing and all that stuff.
So leading up to the competition, you need to be practicing your posing. You need to be smiling. You need to be able to do your poses without having to look at yourself in the mirror. So when you're on stage, all you see is bright lights and you hear noise from the audience, but you can't see them because of the bright lights.
Right.
And so you're out there on stage, and once you're out there, the nerves kind of go away, and what you've been practicing for just comes out naturally, and you're just out there smiling, having fun.
Looking good. Nice.
Yeah.
So that's incredible. I mean, you went 3 years without seeing results, then in 3 months you saw incredible results, and then another 3 more months to get competition ready.
Right.
How has it strength training affected your life all these years?
Oh, it's done a lot for my regular life. The characteristics that you build inside the gym actually transcends into everyday life. Being able to focus, be motivated, organized,
It's like a full-time job almost, right?
And having those characteristics in the gym, it does well in your regular life. So it definitely has allowed me to progress in my business life, personal life, just to keep grinding and just keep pushing. Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it really does play a huge role on impacting how you function in the rest of your life. I agree, like, completely. Fitness is just, it kind of encompasses every element, your nutrition, your organization, your dedication, your perseverance when times are tough, in order to push the weights. And when you feel that burn, you push some more, what I mean? So, I mean, that's what you go through in life. And and fitness will teach you that, you know. So what's next for you? What's in the future for Mr. GQ?
Well, the future is focusing on helping more people. I've reached my goals already.
Yeah.
Now I want to help others reach their goals, and that's my main priority. I'm trying to reach out globally, get more clients and help them, not just in my area, but all across the globe.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if you guys, are really serious about taking your fitness to another level, you can reach out to him at MrGQ at gmail.com. It's actually Mr. MR. I'm going to put up on the screen right here. And you can follow him on Instagram. Last question. You know, you post a lot like healthy nutrition and fitness, and you're shredded as hell, and then I see you posting pictures of Pop-Tarts. I'm like, what is going on here? Like, how do I get shredded and eat Pop-Tarts, you know? What's up with the Pop-Tarts?
Well, the Pop-Tarts thing, I'm just like everyone else, you know.
Yeah.
I like to eat my sweets, my junk food, and I posted up a picture of me eating Pop-Tarts, and the comments just blew up. People were thinking, fitness, Pop-Tarts? What? And I found that really funny, just because they're just polar opposites, and there's really nothing behind it other than the fact that I like to eat Pop-Tarts.
Okay.
I like to eat Pop-Tarts. No, there's no secret to it.
Yeah. So it's okay. You can eat a Pop-Tart every once in a while.
You can live a little.
You can live a little. You can live a little. Yeah. Don't sacrifice your entire life.
Yes.
Yeah. It's worth it, but indulge a little bit.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Such an inspiration. You're looking shredded as hell all the time. Guys, if you want to follow Mr. GQ, check him out at Mr. GQ right here on Instagram. And if you want any more information, you can email him at mrgq at gmail.com, also right here. And lastly, ask yourself, what are you going to do today to create your legacy? Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Excellent.